Welcome back, everybody. I missed y'all. We're about to do the prayer so we can start breakfast. Then we'll start with our normal program. We have the Cook County Assessor's Office here. We have some announcements from the Park District, but we definitely want to start as quickly as possible. People will still be walking in. Can I get somebody to pray for the food? Look at here. Look at God. All right.
Praise God. Hello, fellow citizens of Dalton. My name is Pink Dorsey the Fourth. My father's name is Pink, so you may confuse me with him if you ever see my name on the ballot or something like that. We both good dudes, all right? But can we all bow our heads and bless this food? Dear God, Father God, thank you for allowing us to commute together as a family in Dalton. God bless the cook. God bless the food that we are about to receive. I couldn't care if it was a Snicker bar. I thank you, God, for everything that you have given me and everything that's coming to me and us and this community. God bless the food. Amen.
Good morning, everybody. So we're gonna start the IT with the trustees. I've learned that over the last couple of months while I've been off, I've really missed y'all. But we're trying to be more mindful of people's time to make sure you get the information that you need and start your Saturday journey. If you don't have a raffle ticket, please let us know. We have a lot of raffles that will be presented today. Also, today is our 1-year anniversary. Last year we started Tea with the Trustees in September, so it's our anniversary. And the reason for our platform is that we recognize that citizens wasn't getting answers that they need in our normal board meetings. So this is the platform that if you have any questions, concerns, we try to get them taken care of or resolved as quickly and diligently as possible if allowed. Trustee House is here. Trustee Norwood. Trustee Brown. Trustee Steve, raise your hand, Trustee Steve. All right, and I am Trustee Belcher. Sandra Wells, Commissioner Sandra Wells will be giving some information today from the Park District. So we're gonna start with her. Then we'll start with what you came for is the Cook County Assessor. So probably about 10, 15, the Cook County Assessor, I believe if Sandra is not here, Cassandra not here, Ms. Teresa Chandler will be speaking, and then we'll go into our regular concerns for the citizens. So we definitely want to start. Commissioner Wells, are you ready?
Thank you, Trustee Belcher, and good morning, everyone. My name is Sandra Wells. I am a 23-year resident of Dalton. I wear a few hats. The hat I'm going to share with you today is that of NHS. I'm the director for the South Suburban Region for Neighborhood Housing Services. And our organization we're a housing agency, and we help people buy, fix, and keep their homes. And we do that in a lot of different ways. Part of what I do out here is bring the resources for lending, for home improvements, for education. So today I just want to share one of the programs we have, and this is an extension to our young people, but anybody is welcome to join. So during COVID, we had to adapt to a new way of communicating, so everything is virtual. We have 7 weeks of virtual workshops to help young people start their banking management. So a lot of our young people know nothing about banking, nothing about banking accounts, Most of them know how to use a cash station card. But we have, for the month of September, is all about your financial pathway. It started just this past Thursday, but if we get the children to come, and at the end of September, they will get $100 to put into their own bank account. And our hope is that they grow that account. In the month of October, we're going to focus on our college-bound students and still high school students that are on their way to college. And we're going to talk about the financial aid process and student loan management. So we have 3 sessions in October. They're all online. And we will raffle iPads off to those students that join. Right now, we have about 6 iPads that we're going to raffle, and then that number could grow. It really depends on our attendance in the September and if we have the money left over to purchase more. What we do find in with our young people, they don't know a lot about the financial aid process, and they get into debt. And the parents, we do welcome you to join so you can have the understanding before you sign on those student loans. So there are some tricks to the student loan process that we're not aware of. I promise you, when I first started giving these particular workshops, I learned so much, and I wish I had known then, when my daughter went to college, what I know now, and my situation would be totally different. There are some ways that you can really save on student loans. There is a method to the madness of repayment and management of those student loans. So do encourage your college-bound students and those that are currently in college to enroll in those. I do have some flyers coming. Our communication director is not present right now, but there's some information that she wants to share for the Park District, and I also hold that hat too. I am a commissioner for the board of Dalton Park District. There are some exciting things coming down the pipeline, and we want all of you to enjoy it and come out. And a lot of it is, what's the word, free, but that's what we do. This one will not impede on your tax dollars, the events that we're giving. We do have a fundraiser coming up, but as soon as our communications director comes in, she'll be able to give you more about that. So with NHS, please stay tuned. There are some great opportunities coming for homeowners with home repairs. It's not out right now, and I know a lot of people will ask me about those. They are not, we haven't got the funding yet, but it's definitely in conversations, and we do anticipate it coming soon. So I can't speak too much about it. I don't like to really talk about it until the money's in the bank. It is coming. So again, Thursday evenings from 6 to 7, check out our website, nhschicago.org. Go to Helping You, and those workshops will be listed there for registration. I think that's it. Oh, we do have Ms. Cotton here to tell you more about what's happening with the Park District. We have some really exciting things, and she has my flyers, and I'll pass those out about the Housing You event for your children. If it doesn't benefit your family, just share it with any young person you know. $100 is $100 any way you spend it. Ms. Katrina Cotton.
Good morning, everybody. So I am here with Dalton Park District. Just wanted to announce a few things that we have going on. So we have a senior appreciation luncheon, which will be Thursday in this room from 12 to 2 p.m. It is completely free to the community. So all you have to do is call in, let them know that you want to RSVP, or just show up, and we'll be more than happy to take it. Also, at the end of this month, we will be having our last Wind Down Wednesday. So that will be right here in the pavilion, also completely free. That's gonna be from 6 to 8 p.m. And then we are celebrating 95 years. So we are gonna have our 95th anniversary sneaker ball. That's gonna be on November 4th. So you can get your tickets now. They're $50. So that's also gonna be in this room. We're gonna have everything lined up for everybody. We're gonna have a photo booth. We have some live entertainment. We have an amazing DJ, and we have some wonderful auction prizes. So I have the flyers right here, and I will be passing out to everybody.
morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. Thank you all for joining us. We're happy to see you all as always, and we truly appreciate you all feedback, you all's company, all the love that you all give us. So we want to invite you all to movie night tonight, right outside of the Essalon building where we are tonight at 8 p.m. So we encourage you all to bring your lawn chairs, bring your quilts, and let's have a great Dalton time. As you know, a family that watch movies together stays together. So come and join us. We're watching Doctor Strange, and I haven't seen that before, so I'm super excited. So bring the children, guys. Thanks again.
Good news.
Good morning, everyone. Quick question. How many people are here from the email blast? How many people are here from the text message blast? How many people don't receive email or text message from the trustees? Okay, so we're going to come around and get your phone number and your email blast so we can connect you in with our communication so you'll know what the trustees are doing, all right?
Okay, good morning, everybody. A couple of acknowledgments we want to make before we go to our wonderful presentation on the tax assessor. One of the things that we, as the Board of Trustees, felt is very important is we want to work on expanding our partnerships and relationships beyond the borders of the Village of Dalton. Recently, and I want to give a congratulations, I'll say it again, to Trustee Kiana Belcher being appointed to the Executive Committee for the Democrats of Thornton Township. That's a huge, huge accomplishment. And it goes a big way in terms of our ability to be able to expand our resources beyond here. State Senator Napoleon Harris, the Democratic Committeeman for Thornton Township. That's a huge role, and it's a great partnership, and having one of our own as a Dalton member on that board is key to making sure that we're able to get resources. Right now, anybody outside of our community will not bring resources into a community that they see wasting the resources, throwing parties and doing things like that. So it's important that we're able to bring things from outside in here to show that we have a board that's willing to partner and work with other individuals. A few other people that I see, I want to make sure we give a big thank you to Dalton Park District as a collectively for providing this space month after month. I think we had Commissioner Wells came up and gave us some great information, so I want to thank her for that. I saw Commissioner Towers present as well, so I want to say thanks to Commissioner Towers. There's a right there in the back. Come on, give us some love, give us some Dalton love. It's not showtime at the Apollo. We got the Park Board President, Cleo Jones, in the back, so thank you for your continued support. Commissioner Bowen is not present, but we want to thank him, as well as Commissioner Rochelle from the Dalton Park District. We also do have, the Thornton Township Assessor's Office, and I had some individuals come up that were concerned about, because we know who our Thornton Township Supervisor is. No shots at anybody, but we want to make sure that we recognize Thornton Township Assessor's Office is an independent office. Cassandra Holbrook, we want to say thank you to them for providing that resource. It's really about helping people. We want to make sure everybody recognizes each office holds its own independence and how they want to exercise it. We also do have one of the trustees from Thornton Township who wanted to come and assist, Chris Gonzalez. So thank him for his participation. Another member of the executive board for Democrats of Thornton Township, we have Stephanie Weidman. And I refuse to, let's go with it. We have our library board trustee for the Village of Dalton, Louise Copeland, raised the roof. And she likes to fly behind the scenes, but I refuse to let the best clerk in the land go, Allison Keith. So I wanted to make sure that with that, everybody, we really, really want to bring a spirit of family, this family, and expanding our family beyond our borders, and a team of resources that we can all benefit together. We really, really work hard to try to bring a sense of unity. So thanks to everybody. Thanks to everybody for coming out. It's a refreshing break to have this type of community, whether we're laughing, yelling at each other, or fussing. And when things are not right, we should be fussing, and we'll keep working to get it done the right way. So with that, I think our next one up is our assessor's office. Who do we have from there? We have one additional announcement. We will bring the presentation to show everybody how to save out a lot of money.
Okay, just because we like to bring resources to the community, and this is probably our platform to get it out. Commissioner Wells just told us, next month we'll have NICOR here to do energy assessments, so email, text blast will go out, but next month we will have NICOR that'll be coming out. Also, we'll have Mr. Lloyd, who is financial literacy, that has asked to come. So we'll have more information. We'll try to at least let those that's in the room know what the next month is before they're coming. Yes, Commissioner Wells. October is Fire Awareness Month. We also will have information about free carbon monoxide detectors and smoke detectors. I have a fire committee meeting September 20th. I've learned that my meetings don't get broadcast. No problem, that don't matter. But if anybody that is listening to the board meetings, those committee meetings do go on, and the fire chief and anybody that's under the fire definitely have valuable information. So next month we will be giving out smoke detectors also in partnership with NHS. Are you ready, Ms. Chandler? Okay, so Commissioner Gail Towers will be introducing the Cook County Assessor Office, and I'm sure that's what a lot of you are here for, so hold on.
Good morning, good morning. My name is Gail Towers. I'm Vice President of the Dalton Park District, and like my fellow commissioner said, I wear many hats. I'm here today on behalf of the Cook County Assessor's Office, and we have a table over here, so you can come by and get sanitizer and get you a bag and a pen, and we have some brochures that you might want to pick up. We will pass them out in a little bit. A guide to understand property tax assessment appeals, and a guide to understanding your guide to property tax savings. So these brochures are very helpful. They have a lot of information in it that you will need. And I'm gonna switch places with my coworker. I'm going to the back and use the slide so she could give the presentation. So with no further ado, my coworker from Cook County Assessor, Teresa Chandler.
Thank you, Gail, thank you. Good morning, everyone. So I couldn't hear when I was in the back. So can you all hear me back there? Okay, great. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a pleasure to be out here in Dalton. I want to thank all the elected officials, all the to-be elected officials, everyone, all the residents, the tenants, the constituents. I want to thank all of you all for being here. The kids, the family, your time, because your time is very valuable. As Gail stated, I am Teresa Chandler from the Cook County Assessor, Fritz Kage's office. I've been with the Assessor's office for it'll be 23 years February. So I'm acclimated into residential property and commercial property. So you have your best and your finest out here. The Cook County, your township assessor, Holbert, I want to thank her because when I was coming through the Cook County Assessor, she trained me on a lot of the residential properties and the commercial properties. So I got a lot of my knowledge from her. So without further ado, I'm going to get started. I'm going to answer your questions. If you have questions, raise your hand. I'm going to only talk about exemptions. The township assessor, she's going to talk about appeals. But in fact, if you have any questions on the end, I may give you my personal cell phone number or my work number. Don't go passing it out. Okay, if you have any questions that you don't want to ask here, you can call me. Now, I may not answer that same day because I travel all around Cook County hosting seminars such as this. But if you have something that you want to ask me about your house, your mom, your dad, your siblings, your grandparents, feel free to call me, okay? We're not supposed to give our number out, so please do not call downtown saying Teresa Chandler said I said something. I'm not here to help you. Okay, so let's get started. Can we go to the second slide, Gail? Okay, so let me just can you fix the slide so it can be bigger and better? Full print, full screen? So hold on. Let me show you. No, that's the one. Sorry about that. So Cook County Assessor, he's responsible for over 1.9 million parcels throughout Cook County. Now these parcels are not valued on an individual basis. So that means that we don't take this lady house and this sir house, we don't value them individually, but we value them on a mass appraisal system, okay? A mass appraisal. So we compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. We wouldn't compare a frame house to a masonry house, okay? We take all the houses that are the same, which have the same similarities, same characteristics, and that's how we value them. In addition to that, we administer tax savings exemptions like coupons. They're called exemptions, and there are 8 of them. Now, our office is not responsible for your tax rate out here or your levies. We're not responsible for them. So, since Gail moved the slide, I'm going to go ahead. So I'm going to have to get another, can we go back? So, we have 8 exemptions. Homeowners, seniors, senior freeze, veteran with disability, home improvement, long-time, returning veteran exemptions. I'm gonna go over each and every one of them, okay? And I'm gonna give you some scenarios, all right? Now, the exemption time frame is closed right now. It closed August 26th. So if you have not applied for this year's exemption, you cannot apply until we reopen the system back up. And that's after the tax bills are mailed in November. That will be called a certificate of error. Before I proceed, I want to state to you, please go to your township assessor's office. Make an appointment. They can do everything that our office can do. All of our information is online. They're just in a drive away. You don't need an appointment for the township assessor. She said, just come down, bring a cup of coffee. Now, the first one is a homeowner's exemption. You must have lived in your house as of January the 1st, 2021. Is that anyone here? Yes? Yes? Okay. So you'll be eligible for the homeowner's exemption. This year, we automatically renewed that exemption, okay? It automatically renewed because you had it last year, so you'll receive it this year. The next is a senior exemption. I don't see any in here. Because you gotta be 65. Born 1956 or prior. Now, and own your residence what I want to tell you is that, what's your name, sir?
Robert.
Robert.
Stacy Willis.
Stacy. Robert is 66 years old. You're a senior today. Born 1956 and 56 or prior. All right? He's a senior. His wife is 26 years old. Go ahead, Robert. You're doing the thing. All right? They have a son. What's your name?
Sam.
Sam. This couple decided to move to Alabama, Birmingham, my hometown. Got it? So they leave the house to Sam. They were receiving the homeowners and the senior exemption on their home. The application came in, and their son signed it. Okay? Can he do that? No. So this wonderful married couple down in Alabama, they decide that they're going to fill out an exemption in Alabama as well. Guess what happened? They got caught. Because the Alabama, Birmingham, they notified and told us that they're trying to get an exemption there. But I ain't got to worry about that. That's not how the people in Dalton act, work. Y'all don't do that kind of stuff. So you may have a property in Florida, but not in Alabama. Okay. So please, only have exemptions on one home. It's illegal. I don't care if you are married. All right? One house. That's the house, your primary home. Okay? Next, Gail. The senior freeze exemption. Sessions in the house. The senior freeze exemption. You must be 65 years old, but your household income must be less than $65,000. That's you, ma'am, your husband, and your son. All of this income combined. Okay? And the babysitting money that you're receiving. That's income. All right? Gross income. You got to put it on there. All right? Because you will get audited. So tell the truth. And it must be your principal place of residence. The persons with disability exemption. Hold on a second. Gail, you're going too fast. We got questions up here. Hold your slide. Yes, ma'am. Income.
Okay, Social Security and a pension.
Social Security and a pension. Is that income? Yes. Is that gross income? Yes. No more than $65,000. And add that husband that you have. His income. Now, this senior freeze exemption automatically renewed this year. Okay? Do I have any more questions before I go along? All right. No more questions. Persons with disability exemption. If you are disabled, our office can't tell you if you're disabled or not, only your physician. You fill out the form, it's called the PTAB 343. You bring that form and the persons with disability application to our office for the disability exemption. Our office do not deem you disabled, your physician does. Okay? So you can have up to 4 exemptions: homeowners, senior freeze, and the persons with disability exemption. You can have 4. Thank you. All right. Our next exemption is a long time exemption. Now this exemption is a little tricky. And everyone thinks they qualify. So if you've been in your house over 10 years, raise your hand. Wow. Okay. Nice. The next one, don't do anything, just wink. Your household income must be less than $100,000. All right? And the third requirement is that your equalized assessed value must have been going up significantly by state legislator. Now, what is that? That means that your house should have been going up and up and up. This is 2022. So ever since 2012, your house value should have been going up and up and up and up. Now, if you filed an appeal on your home during that time frame and you received a reduction, you knocked yourself out. Okay? You knocked yourself out. Because sometimes we can be really greedy. Okay? We're looking at other people's, how much they're paying, and we comparing. One thing for sure I want to tell you guys, every day we receive hundreds of emails. So if you do anything to your property, if you're receiving exemptions or anything like that, do right, because your neighbors and your family members are telling on you. And we receive the emails, and we have to investigate it, okay? And you may not think when you add that dormer or you do whatever you're doing to your home, people are not paying attention. They are. And we're answering those emails. So just, I'm saying, I know this is not Dalton. Yeah, I wouldn't do nothing like that. But I'm just warning you all, we get all these emails. And we answer them, okay? Next slide, Gail. Veteran with disability exemption. Any veterans in the house? All right, come on, give it up for the veterans in the house. They served our country. We are where we are because of them. Now, the veteran with disability exemption, you must have been injured in the war, have a service-connected injury, all right? Service-connected. Not shoveling that snow we had, but injured in the war, okay? Your physician deems you your percentage. Now, if you're 30 to 49%, you get $2,500 off your EAV. If you're 50 to 69%, you get $5,000 off your EAV. And if you're 70% or greater, you don't pay taxes anymore. You're done. Okay, so if you're single, like me, you're looking for a veteran. And he got to be 70% or more disabled. Well, I don't want him. Then I'm moving to Barrington. I'm getting out the hood. I don't want him, I'm telling you. That's all I'm saying. So if you meet that requirement, let me know. Next slide, Gail. Gail? Returning veterans exemption. If you're returning from active war, we get a lot of calls saying they're returning from war. Not World War II, active war. You cannot claim this exemption. Active duty, okay? That's returning veteran. This exemption does not automatically renew every year. You must be liable for your property taxes. Next slide, Gail. Home improvement. Now, I just spoke with somebody who made a home improvement exemption. But this exemption will allow you to add up to like $75,000 up to home improvement. So when you all are making that bare man cave in that basement, putting that extra square footage, or you women are adding that dormer for all them shoes you got, make sure you pull a permit. And this is how we know. You don't have to do anything. Once that permit is pulled, the permit gets to our office. We will know if you're qualified for this exemption. Some people make improvements, like the people on my block, they've been making improvements on their house. No permit. But the minute they have that party all night and I can't sleep, 911. I'm telling. I ain't gonna email. I'm calling. Because you cannot work on your house without a permit. Please pull permits, okay? This is how you get the home improvement. Now, all the requirements, what you qualify for is on our website. When you apply for your exemption, you can come to your township assessor's office, or you can make an appointment to our office out in Markham. Next slide, Gail. Now, this right here, if you have an ink pen, you need to have this website. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Write it down. Cook County Property Tax Portal. Don't go looking up other people's property. Look up your own. All right? It's beneficial. You can look up anybody's property. Don't investigate others. Worry about yours. All right? This right here will give you so much information about your property. Your property. You can look up your kids. It's going to give you the history of your exemptions, how much you pay, everything. And click on what's in blue. Why? Because it's going to give you your tax rate, the tax rate that you're paying out here, which is really significant. .com. It's all the county offices combined. That's their website. Cook County Property Tax Portal. Next slide. Now, what bill is this? Is this the first or second? Second. The reason why I'm showing this is because it's the most important. All of your exemptions are on here. If you see $0 and you lived in your home, something's wrong. It should show a dollar amount, okay? When you file an appeal and you get a reduction, it's on your second bill. Everything happens on this second bill, which is yellow, okay? Everything happens there. Your tax rate, levies, all of that. Next slide. Now, you don't have to apply if you receive these exemptions. That's all I wanted to say, just to recap. Next. Now, this is our website. Of course, the Cook County Assessor's Office has the #1 website. www.cookcountyassessor.com. You can look at your exemption history, your appeal history, your assessment, and read about the assessment. If I had time, I'd give you all a real good class on why your property is where it is. But today, we don't have a lot of time, okay? But the Township Assessor, Holbert, is going to give you great information about why your property is the value where it is. So she's good at that. Yeah, you are. Next. If you missed your deadline for your exemptions, they were August 26th. Now, if you missed them, you can file for a certificate of errors, which are refunds. And people always says, a mortgage company pays my taxes. That don't have anything to do with your exemptions. Find out if you're missing them. Go to our website. And if you are, you can get refunds for 2018. We issue them all the time, thousands of dollars all the time. Okay? Next. Now, if you take your phone out, if you get one of our brochures, on the back of our brochure is a QR code. You know how you go to one of them restaurants, they fancy, put your phone over the QR code to see the menu? Same thing. You can see all of our information here. Or you can make an appointment, come to our downtown office, you don't need an appointment. Markham office, you need an appointment. And our Skokie, which I know you guys are not gonna drive out there, all right? But that QR code on the back of that pamphlet gives you all of our information. And sign up to receive emails, it's important. Because next year, I'm gonna be out here again, because you guys are gonna be reassessed, okay? The last time you guys were reassessed was in 2020. Next slide, Glenn. Thank you for attending this workshop. I'm gonna let the Township Assessor, Holbert, come up, and I'll take all the questions on the very end after she's completed her presentation. Let's give it up for the Township Assessor, Holbert. Oh, one more thing. No, we don't take.
I'd like to thank Teresa for coming out today. She usually attends a number of the meetings that we have, and she's really good at explaining these exemptions and the whole process period. Teresa and I worked together for 20-something years. We started very young, okay? Oh, shut up. Anyway, the presentation will probably be pretty short, clear cut. This year is not a reassessment year. So your taxes will be based on the value from last year. If you got an increase in the value of your property and you filed an appeal with the Cook County Assessor's Office
or the Board of Review, and you got a decrease in value, then your taxes will be based on that value, okay? The value will be good and remain the same until the next reassessment, unless you have a neighbor that snitches on you because your house, where'd she go? Because they have a house that's larger than yours and paying less taxes. You're gonna turn you in. The assessor will then send someone out to remeasure your property and the complainant's property and probably 4 or 5 other properties on the block, okay? So that's the only way that it will increase. Let's see, what else? As you know, the tax bills have not gone out yet, so it's not a Christmas present that they're not gonna give you a bill. Hi, Mayor Riley. It's not a Christmas present. Some things happened last year with the revaluing of some of the properties, which threw the process behind. So right now, it's projected that those tax bills will probably go out sometime around November the 1st. If they do, they will be due November the 1st. But when you get the bill, at the top, it'll have a section that tells you when the bill is due. It'll have your property index number on it. So make sure that before you pay this bill, that you look at it. Right up at the top, it'll have the property index number. It'll also have the due date. It'll also have the due date, the date that, if it's late, how much interest that it'll occur, and that'll be the amount that you pay, okay? Also, when you get this bill, you can go down to the bottom of the bill where it says tax calculation. This is very important. Last year, a number of taxpayers did not receive their deductions, their homeowner's exemption, their senior exemption. All of those exemptions were supposed to be an automatic renewal. But in life, we know stuff happens. You know, something's gonna happen. So when you get that bill, if you're a homeowner, you're under 65 years of age, look at that homeowner's section and make sure that it has numbers there to tell you how much was deducted off of that bill. If there are zeros there, you did not receive your tax credit. So that means you need to come to the Thornton Township Assessor's Office, bring that bill with you. We'll need you to bring your ID. The ID must be current. You don't take expired license IDs. Please don't. And it also has to have the address on it where you physically reside. We can put you in the system with Cook County Assessor's Office. They will send you an adjusted bill. That will be the amount that you pay. If your payment is in escrow and mortgage with a bank, you just call your bank, let them know that you did not receive your exemptions on your second installment tax bill. They will more than likely tell you to send the certificate of error to them once you get it, and they'll hopefully work with you, okay? Also, look to make sure you got your senior exemption, your senior freeze. Just check to make sure that you got all of them. We can put you in and make sure that you get the corrected bill with the right dollar amount on it this time, okay? The Cook County Assessor's Office is open right now for the appeal process. The deadline for that process is September 19th by midnight. You can file your paperwork with us while we're here. We will take it back to the office and look for comparable properties for you. If you'd rather look for your own comparables, then you can take the paperwork home with you. Is everyone here familiar with looking for the comps, for comparable properties? Uh-huh, okay. So comparable properties, huh? Excuse me? No, I was just asking if everyone here was familiar with comparable properties, what that means. Okay, so what you're doing is you're looking for properties within a mile radius of your property. So if your house is brick, you need to find something that's brick. If you have 1,500 square feet of heated livable area, you need to find a house that has somewhat that same square footage of heated livable area. If your house is 10 years of age, don't come in here with a house that's 90 years of age and you want to compare the two. You know that house is going to cost more because it's younger. It's a newer house, okay? So when you find all that information, you're just writing down the property index number. If you can't find the number, you can go to the Cook County Assessor's website. You can plug in those numbers. It'll give you those index numbers for the properties. If you're still having problem with it, you can bring that paperwork to us. We will look up those index numbers for you. It's no problem. So so everyone understands about the comparables? Okay. So again, just bring the paperwork to us, or you can leave it here. If you want to take it home, you want to look it over, you can do so, but you need to have it into the Cook County Assessor's Office by when? By what time? Okay, we got it. Also, on these forms, I'm not sure if they passed them out or not, there are a number of reasons why you can file an appeal. Just not that it's over-assessed, that you feel as though the assessor is overvaluing your property. If you have a house where someone had too much Saturday night and the car went out of control, they didn't go out of control, the car went out of control and drove up into your living room. You can't live there now. You can file an appeal based on the damage. All we'll need is copies, pictures of the house. We'll need documentation from the insurance company, anything that you have to support your argument as to why you should get a decrease in value. If the house caught on fire, there was a fire, in Cal City, the condo association over there, going there to meet them when we leave you. You can file an appeal based on the fire damage. If you purchase a property and the property is uninhabitable, you can't live there, it's vacant and boarded up, you can file an appeal. You have a house, income property, it's been on the market for years, you can't get rid of it, you can file an appeal. Why should you pay full taxes on a property that's not livable or vacant? Okay? So again, all of these the reasons are on this form. And if you have any questions about it, we will be here until, I guess, everyone get their questions answered. We can do that. Also, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this, and it's getting away from the Cook County taxes. But a lot of people have been asking about this property tax rebate. This is through our Governor Pritzker, through the state. We have the information over at the desk. I think the only qualifications for that is that you own the property and that you paid a 2021 income tax return. It has, I think, who's going to get how much money. I think it's somewhere from $50 to $200. Maybe get you some breakfast and a tank of gas. But as much as gas costs, I'll take that. That'll help. If you do not receive a check, there is a link. Just look at this, I think it's on the second page, and it'll tell you where to navigate to in the system on your computer to find out if you would do a check, if one's going out to you. So make sure you stop up at the desk and get one of these printouts, okay? So are there any questions? I'd rather answer a lot of questions than to do a whole lot of talking. So any questions?
Question, assessor right behind you. Right here. I'm over here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. So if you were denied an increase by the board of review, and you want to do that you talking about? Is it too late to do that?
Okay. We're open for the appeal process right now through the Cook County Assessor's Office. You can do the comparables right now, okay? And I'm glad he asked that question. That's a good question. Because the Cook County Board of Review under Commissioner Larry Rogers is not open right now. So what we're doing with your applications, so we won't have to see you again. Oh, I love seeing you guys. I really do. Especially Mayor Riley Rogers with that smile. So what we're doing with your applications, we're holding them. We're putting them in a box until the Board of Review opens for that period. Then we turn around and take your information that's on your assessor's form and we're transposing it and putting it on the Board of Review, okay? We're gonna give them your same comparable properties, everything that you attach for the Cook County Assessor's Office. Okay, that answer your question? Okay, there was a question.
We got a question in the back.
Yeah, you can go on the internet and get those comparables. You can go to Zillow. You can also go to Redfin. You can go to Zillow.com. You can go to Realtors.com to look up the values to see if there's anything out there that has sold within the past year. No. No, you don't want your value to be more than theirs. You're trying to bring your value down to meet. Okay, so now he was asking about the values. Are you looking for values that's more than yours? No. You're trying to find comparables, homes that are exactly like yours, but the value is less because you want to bring yours down. Okay? Yes, ma'am. Okay, this lady said that she filed an appeal with the Board of Review. Okay, with the Board of Review, thank God, she received a decrease in the value of her property. That value is going to show up on your second installment tax bill, the one that's supposed to come out in November. Okay, so what's going to happen is when the the treasurer receives all these decreases, she processes those bills. She'll know that you got a decrease, and your taxes will be based off of that decrease in value. Then a tape is then sent to all the mortgage companies with the new amounts on it based on what the values are if there was a change in the value. You ain't getting no refund. It depends on what it is. If it's a decrease because of comparable properties, they'll just lower your value. You only get our certificate of error, which is also a refund, if you did not receive your tax credits or exemptions in the past. If you have a frame house and the Cook County Assessor is valuing it as a brick home, or he's assessing you for more square footage than you actually have. So those are the reasons you would get a certificate of error or a refund. I'm gonna go back. Okay, let me go. Hey.
Okay, good morning. Thank you for having this workshop, number one.
Shh. Lady's trying to ask a question and we can't hear.
Okay, thank you for having this workshop here, number one. Second of all, because I think it's really important, I'm wondering if you could give us the website for the property tax rebate in case you don't have enough papers to pass out.
Okay, let me go back up here and look for it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So her question was about the property tax rebate in case we don't have enough forms. I think we do, but if we run out, we'll be more than happy to give you the link for those of you who didn't get a copy of it. Before I get really important, I'd like to thank, I don't know where he went to, Cleo Jones. Where is Cleo? The Park District and the trustees here for inviting us out today to relay this information to you. It's our jobs to assist and educate the taxpayers here in Thornton.
Okay. people who got the microphones. In order for this to work, the person that's not speaking, who has the mic in their hand, turn it off. The person is speaking, let them speak. When they speak, they turn it. That's how that's got to work. One that's not speaking, turn the mic off. Right.
Okay. All right. I got it now. Hey, hon. Good. You're in. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. This young lady did an appeal with PTAB, property tax, after she did. So your steps for filing an appeal is with the Cook County Assessor's Office. Once the Cook County Assessor's Office closes, finalizes his value, then everything goes to the Cook County Board of Review. Once the board is through, if you don't like what either one of them had to say, and the number's still not right, then your next step is PTAB. So this young lady went to PTAB, they sent her a letter back. They're asking for information on the back that has a check mark on it. They're gonna want comparable properties, pictures, land value, so we can help you with some of that, okay? Yes, ma'am. No. Okay, she said in 2018, she experienced a fire in her property. Is it too late to file an appeal? No, it's not. Is the house still, is it vacant now? So when did you move back in? Okay. So we'll try it, we'll fill out the paperwork, we'll need pictures, information from the insurance company, okay? Who else?
I got somebody over here that got a question.
I want to ask a question. Submitted, I got about 4, some of them, all of them in Thornton. And I submitted vacant property affidavits on these properties, and pictures of holes in the roof and all that. Now, they're assessing these properties like they're occupied, and they wouldn't give me the vacant, because although I've in the tax sale, and I'm responsible for the 2019, 20, 21, and 22 tax. So I am the responsible person that's responsible for it. But they rejected it because I'm not the owner, although I am the person that has to pay assistance with someone to help me with these vacant property affidavits on it.
Okay, so he's filed appeals because he has income properties that are all vacant, and he didn't get any type of relief. So I think we're going to have to, because you got all that money. Anybody have as many properties as you have got some money? No, so after the meeting, if you're still here, we can talk to you about it, or I can give you my phone number and we can go over everything. It's okay. All right?
For other people that some may have that. Cassandra, yours on, so mine ain't working. Yeah. It's going in and out. Can you hear me? I turned it off. Okay. Can we people talking at the time, because to somebody else, and it's a lot of talking going on. I know you guys want to get as much information as you can, but can you just be able to hear everybody's question? Because it may apply to you or something that you may want to ask, and then you're not asking the same thing over and over. Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me? One thing I forgot to tell you all is that if you're on the senior freeze, I cannot tell you what to do, but if this was my mother and she was a senior, and she was on the freeze, I wouldn't let her file for an appeal. If my mother was on the long time, I wouldn't let her file for an appeal. The senior freeze is designed to offset increases. So the higher your value, the more your savings. So if you file an appeal and you win, you're dropping your savings. I can't tell you what to do, mommy, but I'm not gonna let you file an appeal, dear. And all of our information is free, and don't pay no attorneys, because it's all free.
Okay, so just to piggyback behind what Teresa's talking about, just imagine, let me get your attention now for these seniors, if there are any seniors here, and you're on this freeze. What Teresa's trying to tell you is very important. If you've been on this freeze for a number of years and you are seeing a dollar amount deducted off of that bill, and we're going to say that your assessed value is $10,000. It represents 10% of that market value. And we're going to say that you've been getting somewhere around $8,000 off of this bill. And you go to a meeting that some tax rep is having, and he says, everyone in the audience should file an appeal. This is important. It'll help you. It'll lower your taxes. And the seniors, I'm one, we're very trusting of people. Because you're here with this mic, and this is your job, and you believe them because you feel as though they're on your side. So you run up to the table where the ladies are, and you file an appeal. You get a letter from the Cook County Assessor's Office, Board of Review, PTAB, whichever one of those departments are open, and they say, congratulations, you got a decrease in value. And they take your value down to $7,000. And you are dancing and you're doing a hallelujah thank you moment with Jesus Christ, because there is a God. And you get that second installment tax bill, and it has escalated. Because number one, because you got that decrease in value, you're paying more. In some instances, taxpayers will see a whole lot more. It's going to take you a year or more to have that straightened out. If you do not, and I say this at every meeting, if you do not know what you are doing, you are not sure, you guys pay us to do our jobs, okay? We report to you. You come to us and ask us, what are we supposed to do with this? No question is a dumb question. Don't ever feel that way. Just come to us and we will let you know what to do, okay? Back to any questions? Thank you, Teresa. Yes, ma'am. Okay, she wanted to know how often do you have to fill out the form for the disabled homeowners exemption? So once you're in the system, you're in. If something happens where you never knew anything about any of these exemptions, and you go in and file for it, and you get a refund, the system is supposed to permanently affix you into it, so when the next bill goes out, you'll receive that deduction. Well, it does not always happen. So if you get a refund for any of those exemptions, you know, you can give us a call roughly about 1st of April. We can look it up in the system to see if you're fixed in the system, to see if it's going to carry over to the next bill. But you only have to go to the doctor once unless it's a temporary disability, because all disabilities are not permanent. You go home and you kick your husband in the knee, he can't walk anymore, he's going to get over that. That's permanent, okay? So it's temporary, I'm sorry. But once you're in the system, unless you wind up filing for a refund for some system, for some reason, you should be okay. All right? Anyone else? Okay, I'm back over here. Okay, so we're going to say that this young lady just purchased a house. She purchased a house for $120,000. She comes in because she wants to file an appeal. But the Cook County assessor is valuing it for maybe $110,000. He's undervaluing you, okay? I usually tell people, I don't know, I might want to steer away from that, okay? But it's left up to the taxpayer. But if you purchase a house, hypothetically speaking, for $120,000, and he's valuing it for $130,000, $140,000, oh yes, by all means, you want to file an appeal. So you're going to bring in supporting documentation, such as your settlement statement. That will show how much you actually purchased the property for. And again, if that's happening now, that value, once he lowers it, will remain the same till the next reassessment. Answer your question? Okay, anyone else?
Can this be the last question?
I hear that this has to be the last question. But again, we'll be over there and we'll try to get to as many questions and answer them as possible. Yes, ma'am. I love you too.
That I know I have to be 65, and I'll be 65 in 5 whole months. I've been waiting for this my entire life. The senior freeze. Now I'm hearing that you have to make less than $65,000 a year in order to qualify for the senior freeze. That's unheard of. $65,000 is not enough for me to live on. So I won't get the freeze, bottom line.
Okay, we're back to, don't cry. You have my makeup running. It's not good. Okay, again, we have 2 senior exemptions. 2. Everybody got it? 2 senior exemptions. One of them, well, both of them are based on age. Right now, if you was to come into the office and file for the exemption, you would need to be born 1956 or prior to. Have your ID. It has to be for where you physically reside. If you got a property over here and your husband got one over here, no, you're going to get it at 1, okay? And if you try to get it at 2, Cook County Assessor going to catch up with you later on. You have to have a household income, $65,000 or less. That's for the freeze. The first one is only age. You have to be born 1956 or prior to. Look, you got to be 65 last year. Let me break this down. Work with me. So you have to be born. You have to be 65 last year because we pay taxes in the rear. You have to be 65 in the year where we're paying the taxes. So if you make under 65,000, I don't make up the rules, I'm just a messenger. God, you got a bodyguard I can borrow? No. If you make under 65,000, then you can apply for that freeze. Then you'll get the senior exemption and you will get the freeze, okay? Again, like Teresa said, you know, you may not see anything, a dollar amount deducted off of that bill. It depends on the value. The value has to start increasing in order for you to see a dollar amount deducted. However, what it does is it protects you against the increases in the value of the property, like the letter that you get every 3 years from the Cook County Assessor's Office, that Dear John letter. It protects you from that increase, as long as you apply for that senior freeze every year and you're approved for it. I'm done.
God bless her. God bless her. Thank you, Cassandra, Cook County Treasurer, Thornton Township Assessor. I'm sorry. If you do have any other questions, they'll be over to the side to fill out any paperwork. We try as much to give you as much information, valuable information as possible. Anybody that don't have a raffle ticket, please raise your hand so you can get a raffle ticket. We're gonna do a couple of raffles. Brittany, Trustee Norwood, there's somebody over there needs a raffle ticket. Also, if you have any public works or concerns that I normally get back to you, I haven't got back to you, please raise your hand and let me know so I can make sure that I address those issues shortly. I'll be leaving at 11:45. See, that was a smart mark, that's why I cut off. Because y'all know I gotta learn my job, so I'm going to Fire Station 2 to the ribbon cutting. If anybody want to join me, Fire Station 2 will be opening at 12 o'clock today for a ribbon cutting ceremony. So I'll be leaving out. Trustee House. Y'all got any questions right now? Hold on.
First of all, good morning to everyone. I know you've noticed the alarming increase in water main breaks and things of that nature within the last couple of months or so. I would like to know, do the trustees have any information on the state of our infrastructure, and what is being done, so we don't end up like Robbins or Jackson, Mississippi, or something like that. That's something that really needs to be looked into, because this is happening too much. And what's going to happen when winter time hits?
Okay, someone have a question?
Yes, I've been getting the same robocalls. Almost seem like once a week we're getting robocalls about a water main break. The question or the concern of everybody is the infrastructure, how much money is going to the infrastructure. Now, we did get $1.5 million in ARPA money and stuff like that. Unfortunately, and every trustee can attest to this, we don't know how this money is being spent. If we say put this money A, B, C, and D, she'll say yes, and it won't go there, and we have no way to check it because she holds the village employees under almost like a chokehold, and they're scared to talk to us. So we really can't. We have to FOIA, but they may not respond to our FOIAs. So I really can't honestly say what's being spent on infrastructure. That's the reality. I can barely go. If I go to Public Works, they're scared to talk to me. I gotta call people like I'm sneaking behind the, hey, I'm talking. Don't tell them to talk to me. They may, because they're all scared for the job. So to answer the question, I really can't answer the question, which is unfortunate. I should be able to answer that question, but I can't, because that's the reality of the administration that we have right now. So I'm gonna keep on working on it to find out what can we do for infrastructure and what's going for infrastructure, because the Calumet City plumbing bills are crazy, because there's a lot of people working in Public Works, but a lot of them aren't skilled workers, laborers, with its political favor. It's a mess right now, but that's the reality. I'm trying to be as truthful and transparent, as honest as I can for my reality, quote unquote, for being the Public Works Committee over the Public Works Committee, which means in this administration, absolutely nothing.
Good morning, everyone. I get the same robocalls as everyone, and I don't know, I have an outside meter for my water, yet for the last 2 bills, I'm getting estimates. And that's unacceptable. But this is what I want to say, and no disrespect to anyone. I can't make every meeting, but when I do, it's always a fantastic crowd with good questions, everything. If we could try more collectively to show up at the village meetings where she is, even though we're not getting questions answered, which if anybody looked at the YouTube, I brought that up. You didn't answer the questions on the Zoom, now we're in person and we still don't get any answers. but the room is always packed. And I'm gonna be rude, and there may be some in here, and shame on me, with the core idiots who either don't live here, don't pay taxes, don't know what's going on, and all they do is come in and pro what she's doing, and down the people that tell the truth. At some point, she has to be accountable to a higher, whether it's Kwame Raoul. I don't know whether we're protesting to the wrong people, but she's got to see our faces, not just for breakfast twice a month or once a month. We've got to fill those meetings and say something. Whether you get an answer or not, it's a matter of record. And we're in court now. It's a matter of record that 56% of the vote wanted her out. We've just got to keep pushing. The fight has not ended. The trustees did a great thing by even getting it on the ballot and getting it there. But the momentum is running out. It wasn't a one step and done. The fight continues. Where is this money? Where is this money? If you got all of these donations, then why don't we know who they came from, how much they were, and that they went in the book, in the checking account? Then I don't think the trustees would have a problem with approving the bills. But is it coming out of the 1.5? And the donations going into another account or paying $10,000 credit card bills? Because I wasn't in Vegas. I wasn't in Vegas. I don't spend $10,000. The slot machines may get some money, but it ain't $10,000. I didn't get my grass cut. My neighbors got tickets. There's an ordinance that if you don't cut your grass, you get fined. So now you may pay a fine because it didn't come in your neighborhood, but my grass got cut for free. That cuts money out of the village. Something has to happen. And we sit here and we talk to each other, which is perfect. We know how each other feels and we agree. I see people shaking their heads. But something has to be done, and we have to show up. I know it's hard, everybody can't make it, but if we could just get a handful. I went to the budget meeting and eight citizens from the village showed up at the budget meeting, 8. But we sit here and we talk about the budget. Oh, this was a couple of months ago. And that I've said that to the trustees. We've got to make sure everybody knows. Everybody doesn't do the computer or Facebook or whatever. I'm not doing no 3-minute BS. Okay, see, she on the Tiffany stuff now. Anyway, okay, all right, thank you. Oh,
Okay, I would like to respond to her saying she's not getting communications. Unfortunately, that's why we asked for your name, email, because we have to use our own database. If you've ever been on the Village of Dalton website, you don't see nothing about no trustee events. So when people saying we're not doing nothing, we went to District 148 for the first day of school. We went to District 149 for the first day of school. We went to District 205 for the first day of school. We are doing stuff. All we get is the same information you get from the Village of Dalton that has Mayor Tiffany Henier presents. It's a party this week. It's a party next week. It's a party the week after next. So it's not the fact that we're not doing nothing. Our communications are not allowed to be in these mass communications that go out, are not allowed to be posted on the village website. So for anybody that says we're not trying to work together, Ray Charles can see what's going on. So that's why we encourage everyone to give us their communication, because we have to use the database that we have in order to get the messages out, because we're not privy to use the Village of Dalton information.
Make sure you sign it. Put your phone number and your email blast, and we'll put you in. How many people watched this last board meeting that we just was? It was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. It was rough. Imagine sitting in it, how rough it was. And it's hard not to respond like for like, you know, because if we were in person, you could be arguing with this person, but you got to sit there and kind of take just blatant misinformation. Blatant information in the sense that lawsuits that was said, we want all lawsuits, this is not factually unfact. It's BS. It's a lie. Like even with the $10,000 credit card, we got the receipt. It's here today on the credit card to go to Vegas. These are actual provable things that she spent. So when we bring it up, it say, "Oh, you're lying," and that's what they do. Residents, they lying and they trying to stop. Now we actually paid for we voted to pay for the basketball court. I think we did because it was a good thing, but it was about $20-some thousand. And she said she got donation. We asked for the donation, but it never gets given to us. So that's the reaction. So we try to stay professional. Sometimes she baits you and try to argue. And sometimes I fall. Sometimes I slip into a back and forth, but it's not good. You don't want to get into a back and forth because what's that saying? Two people arguing from a distance, you can't tell who's who. So sometimes you can't engage in that type of argument with her. I want to go to right here. This is the first time you've been here, right?
I just have one request. Is it possible for us to get the notifications before 24 hours of notice? Most of the notifications I get about anything that's going on within the Dalton community is within 24 hours. So if I could get advance notices, I could make it to the meetings like the young lady just said right here, and I could be in attendance.
Do you get, well, we'll make sure, I think I put you in our database because I send out the email blast and the text message blast from the trustees. And it'll say Dalton trustees on email.
Good morning, everyone. I have a question about Homeland Security. So we have Homeland Security here in Dalton? But they say they're Homeland Security? Okay, so we don't have Homeland Security. Because the uniforms make residents feel like they are police officers. And they've got badges and what looks like guns. Some may be guns, tasers, pepper spray, and all that. But me and Columbalina did a little investigation, and they're not home. How do you reach them? Where are they located? What are they doing? Why are they at board meetings? Why are they in Thornton Township, at Thornton Township events? Who's paying them? How much do they make? When are they leaving?
So I'm only going to answer this question because they fall under the fire budget, and I'm the chair of that budget. We have Emergency Management Agency, which is also a part of ESDA. They are to assist the police, public works, and fire in the case of accidents, stop traffic, so forth. They do not have any guns. They should not have any pepper ball sprays, or they should not have any tasers. They are only to assist the entities that we need. Now, they make $15 an hour. So it's transparent because it was at a committee meeting and we voted on it. They have been at multiple Thornton Township events. The committee meeting last month, it was brought up because the village of Dalton is paying them, which means here's another form of commingling funds. I requested that for every hour that anybody that was called out to any Thornton Township event, bill them at the current rate that the village of Dalton paid them for. Keith Freeman will not pay the bill. I'm sure it may wind up somewhere further than the village of Dalton, but at this time, they should only be servicing the village of Dalton. If they are sent out to any place else, because they should normally go out on the call of the fire chief or the police chief or the superintendent public works, per John Howard and Anita Shields, they have been instructed to only take orders from Keith Freeman and Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Everything I say now, y'all know I'll repeat it. So that is what's going on. We will further this discussion about them, but they are to work as emergency management agency.
So second part is Public Works being in Dixmoor fixing water main breaks when they can barely fix water main breaks in Dalton. Who's paying for that? You going
How it's explained to me, which is, if you look at the fire department can cover different municipalities. This is how he explained it to me. Dixmoor is this is how the superintendent explained it to me. There's a crisis going to Dixmoor with the water, so they send people over there to help them out, and that's how they saying this. And the reason why I say that, because our fire department goes to different places and stuff like that. However, that's how it was explained to me, because I asked about it, like how are we going to Dixmoor? Because I think they did it on a Sunday. You know what I mean? So I know one Sunday they went over there.
So let me explain it to you. If that's what they're doing, we need the auto aid agreement. The fire department has an auto aid agreement through Mavis 24. That's who we are a part of. We're a part of Mavis 24, and that consists of 22 fire departments. They have an agreement. It's an auto aid agreement. If that's what Public Works is doing, we need to see that auto aid agreement and what it pertains to, because we don't have one. So, and it's not, helping them is great if they need it. We know that Dixmoor is in trouble or whatever, but the reality is Dalton doesn't have the money or the resources or the staff to go and help Dixmoor when I get a robocall. I got a robocall at 5:45 in the morning saying that we had a water main break. Our water main breaks are horrible, and my pressure was low, but we're going to Dixmoor without an auto aid agreement. So that puts us in a predicament with insurance or anything. We're over in Dixmoor without any kind of contract agreement helping them. What happens when one of our employees get hurt or something like that? So we'll foot the bill for that.
Today, I want to thank the trustees for an awesome job that you all have been doing. My residents team, kudos go out to you, because this have been a real fight. I done fell down, skidded my elbows, everything else, fighting this demon that sit on that board. And I'm gonna keep it real, and that's what I'm gonna call her. Monday night board meeting, Tuesday night board meeting was off the chain. The so-called Homeland Security that don't exist harassed residents, myself included, was blowing their bad breath in my face, threatening to put me out, along with Dalton police officers. Dalton police officers actually put his hands on me, and I told him, get your hands off of me. No probable cause. Because they actually think that we don't know our rights. I want to commend Mary right there for standing up against Stephanie when they put Stephanie out for no probable cause, talking about Tiffany had a order of protection on her. When we asked the gentleman, where was the order of protection, he said it was in the works. So that means that you don't have one. And that's unheard of, and that's your Dalton police officers. So therefore I have a problem with that. I have a problem that it's only certain ones of us that even attend the meeting, and I wish everybody would attend the meeting, because we need that backup. Tiffany's boyfriend watched me all night long, but I'm not easily intimidated. You can't intimidate me because I have the man upstairs watching over me. And we would all have the last say-so. You know, Tiffany is evil, that's the bottom line. And if you come into our community to get your pockets fat, to run for office, to take the money, and don't do nothing for the people, I have a problem with that. And I've been fighting for my community all of my life, and I will continue to fight. And I just want to thank this table right here, especially, oh, and that young lady right there, my neighbor, that gentleman down there, because, you know, they stand up to the challenge. And we need you all to come out too. We can't do this by ourselves. We can't, the trustees need help. Everything that they're doing is the right thing. You know, the girls sit up there and lie. I got information from the attorney. I passed it out in the room today in black and white that she did not win any cases in the court because they haven't been heard. And I'm asking everybody at the next board meeting, please, please show up. It's the first and third Monday of every month, same time, 6:30. Okay, please come out. We need help. They threw this young lady out of the meeting for nothing. Thank you.
Also, the township meetings are the second and fourth Tuesday? Second and fourth Tuesday.
Hey guys, I'm Karen, and I did work in public works. Okay. First of all, I owe everyone in here apologies because I worked day and night on Tiffany's campaign, and she thanked me. She flew under the radar on me. So for everybody in here, I owe you guys an apology. Now, I saw Tiffany doing things to people, it didn't sit well with me. And I started backing up. So since I backed up, I got fired. I'm in a union. I have a perfect record. No write-ups. Nobody was there to represent me. But on August the 12th, they fired me. I applied for unemployment. Suppose I got my check. I called the unemployment office. They sent the paperwork, like they hear your part of the version and then theirs. My boss talked to Janice. Janice never got it. She said evidently Keith got it. So now they're holding up my unemployment. And that's because of the board meeting I asked her and Keith, give me a reason why you fired me. Was it because you wanted me to come out of my department and work your recall like some other people did? That's illegal. My name represents me. I guess this is her retaliation on me to hold up my check, but like I told her, what goes around comes around.
Okay. Hold on one second.
I worked for unemployment. I think it was like 39 years. She cannot do that. She can only hold it up so long, but you can go to the unemployment office and let them know what's going on. Right. She can't hold your money up, honey. That's all she can do. Right. And you didn't do anything. You're going to get your money. You're going to get your money.
All right. Okay, Ms. Thelma is next. But Ms. Thelma, before you speak, because I'm about to leave, I want to say this, and it's probably coming deep down. This is not a bash the mayor session, so I don't want people to think that when we come here to bash Mayor Henyard. Our goal is simply to expose the truth because we're not allowed to do it at our board meetings. So I don't want people to, we come over there and I didn't want to do it. So I'm being truthful. We expose things that we sit there for 3.5 hours and listen to horrible videos. things that we know are not accurate. We have to sit there, learn our jobs. We put stuff on the agenda that never make it to the agenda, so we can't discuss it. We get the warrant list on Friday night at 7 o'clock, and then you want us to go through 37 pages of information, and then we call on Monday and nobody will talk to us. This the truth. It's nothing that we're sitting here like, oh, we have a plot against somebody. We were elected to represent y'all. When after Tuesday, when we are able, hopefully, to move forward, it's gonna be so much stuff. Y'all gonna be like, oh my God, I didn't know that was going on. Oh my God, I can't believe y'all endured the things that's going on. And everything is not to just be thrown out there. I even heard Trustee Steve say $1.5 million. No, baby, it's $3 million. We got 1.5 in January. We got another 1.5 in June, and we still have no accountability for it. $3 million. I talked to Janice on Thursday. I sent the email about a check that she keeps now saying since I had to tell her what my viewpoint was and how to go in it. It's in my viewpoint. Y'all got the warrant list, it's in my viewpoint. Well, there are 7 checks that's wrote to business that have checks numbers, and none of those business have the check. They're dated June 9th, 2022. Today is September. Janice said, well, the check's in my desk, but the mayor told me to hold on to them. So in our mind, the money been spent, but the check's in there. So if the check's in there and you saying that the money been spent because it's in my viewpoint, I think you stealing. That's how I look at it. Until you can prove me different, you stealing. So these are the type of things that we have to go through and can't account for. So when people say there's one, no, it's $3 million that is floating around and we can't account for it. You say, we sat at a meeting in October. We said, okay, we're gonna talk about it, your program. We definitely want people to get windows, roofs. We knew roof couldn't get $2,500. You can't get no roof for $2,500. But it's about communicating. Okay, you said $6,000 was the first time we heard it on Tuesday. But we got invoices for $11,775. I want a new roof. $412 applications were filed. We can't even tell you how many people been approved. You can say that you know, but if all I'm doing is putting it in my viewpoint, I don't know if you got the money or not.
He could only do 3 windows because he was only given $15,000 for the windows. When the man came for his roof, the man said he could only do half of his roof. How do you get half of a roof? And how can you do all your windows and she only gave that contractor $15,000? Yeah, that's it. That's $1,500.
Okay. And then we were told, and we can only go by as much information as we getting. Write the invoices and just make them for $2,500. So I can come to your house, you my guy. Hey, baby, I'm gonna get you a new roof, but the contractor, he just gonna write 3 invoices, $25, $25, $25. So on the paperwork, it make it look like it's only $2,500 if you ain't going through looking at the invoices. Now, let me tell you, and I think, Miss Linda, don't you stay on Dobson? Boy, Dobson got it going on. 144th and Dobson, everybody got windows and roofs. Is that fair? I I'm not saying it to call nobody out. I'm looking at receipts. So I say if everybody over in that area, 4, 5, 6 people on the block, why can't on Michigan 4 or 5 or 6 people on the block get it? It's all about who like who. That's not fair. That's not fair for anybody. If whoever applied, if you qualified to whatever the criteria was, you should be entitled. With $3 million, and even if we use 500 the first half and 500 the second half, we should have had at least 150 to 200 people that should have been able to benefit from this program. I'm a numbers person. So I just don't want people to think that we come here to bash anybody. It's simply to give truth to things that everybody don't know what's going on. But I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all later. Meet me at the, Fire Station 2. If y'all wanna come to the ribbon, I'm gonna have to just swallow my pride and deal with our mayor.
Also, I want to commend our clerk, who gets accused of not responding to FOIA requests, which is not true, to get lied on, say you're not doing your job, you're not coming to work. Oh, and and you sit there and she handles it with dignity. So anything you want to say, Clerk, before we go move to this raffle?
Okay. So if anyone was at the board meeting on Tuesday, or even if you were on chat, I'd finally had enough of being lied on. And if I don't say anything, you think it's true. So I had to speak on the fact that it's being said constantly that I am not in Village Hall. I don't even know how she'll know that, because she's never there. She's never there. She have employees, and I'm not an employee. She want me to be an employee, but I'm an elected official, which I pointed it out to her. And when she brags about, I got 82% of the votes. Well, Tuesday I told her I got 100% of the votes. So it's not even about that, but I don't report to you. We're all elected officials. My office is open from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. I have a deputy clerk, which is the first time we've had one in quite some time, because the clerk is a part-time position. We're not there, but we were fortunate to get a full-time employee that she refused to pay. This lady is working for pennies right now. But she believes in Dalton. She's a Dalton resident. The mayor wants her to quit by holding back her money. But she's paying everyone else $20,000 raises, $25,000, and she sit in a meeting and say, oh, she's trying to give her deputy $10,000 raise. I'm not trying to give her a raise. I'm trying to bring her salary up to standards. If you go to any other municipality, the clerks make double of what my deputy clerk is making right now. So I'm not there to fight, but I do have to stand up and defend myself when she say, oh, the clerk is trying to get on the checks to be authorized. I was authorized from day one to sign checks, but I will not sign a check that the Board of Trustees have not reviewed and approved. I will not. So just to give you all a little clarity on that, right now, everything in my office is being funneled into the village administrator's office. He's barely at work, so nothing's getting done. I'm the keeper of the records. Every summon, every piece of letters, anything to come in the village should come through my office first. Unfortunately, it is not. It is not. We get junk mail, but the real business, we're not getting it. And because they don't want my office to know what's going on in Village Hall. We could be getting summons for tons of lawsuits, but I have no idea because they're not coming in my office. So hopefully we can get things together. I came in to bring in systems so we could track things more effectively, trying to pass that on to other departments, but they will not let those departments partake in these systems that will make this village function much better than it is now. We can't keep doing manual work and think we're going to be effective. We have to come up to modern technology, and I've done that in the office by being able to put files in the clouds, and then storage. We got boxes all over the place that I have to bring the Secretary of State in to find out what we can destroy and what we need to maintain. And then moving forward, if we can put files in the clouds, we won't have to maintain so much paper. So that's basically it, just to give you an update of what we're doing in my office. Thank you.
How you doing, everybody? My name is Thelma. And hey, I just want to tell you guys, with the mayor, real questions are not being answered. We cannot even go to a board meeting, okay? And I just want to say that I looked at the conversation with the mayor, and it's more so her telling us how great she is. And she has her cheerleaders there, people that don't even live in Dalton. I am so tired coming to the meetings, and these people are at these meetings. So I want to piggyback. It's important. We got to act like we live in Orland Park, Tinley Park. Our village is the same way. We got to stand up. Now, we all here for the trustee. We need to be at that meeting. You know, we got to, the meetings is what, every 2 weeks we meet at the village hall? If you really want to know, you gonna find out. You gonna hook up with a neighbor. Come to the meetings, it's important. I feel so overwhelmed when I'm at the meetings and it's not enough of us there. We gotta get in her face. But soon we ain't gonna have to worry about her. She gonna be out of here. But I need to let you all know too, you keep watching Andrew Holmes. He's gonna run for mayor. And he sits there, he don't care about y'all money or nothing. He's just sides with Tiffany. Remember how he has voted. That's how you characterize how a trustee is supposed to be, how they vote. Remember, he sits on the side, that's Tiffany's sidekick. He's running for mayor. Do not let him in. Don't think he's so great because what he do for Chicago, he ain't doing nothing for Dalton at all. Where was he when Alexis got killed? He was nowhere. Nowhere. So don't y'all, keep your eye on Holmes, because he coming, because he want to be mayor. And I don't know how he would think that he could be mayor in Dalton, and he ain't doing nothing as a trustee, So please, everybody is here, please come to the next meeting, because we need to get in her face. We got to. She should be gone. But still, we need to, after she's gone, in these meetings, be involved. I don't care who is going to be the mayor. You got to be involved in your community. You have to. We want Dalton to remain safe. We want our services. We want all of that. We got to stand up. The people that work in the village, they got to stand up. They see all of it. They scared. No, you can't be just scared, because you got every right to file a suit too if they get rid of you. The people that's working in the village, they know what's happening. They know everything that's happening. Don't just sit to the side like that. So I want to thank you all, you trustees, because you guys have really been working for us.
Okay, I got one more person, and then we're going to do the trustees' anniversary song, and then I think they got the raffle.
Okay. Good afternoon, I guess it is. My name is Linda Milrow. I live at 152nd and Dr. King Drive. In the last 3 weeks, there has been numerous shootings in our area. We contact the police, no one shows up. And it seems like it's only certain areas in Dalton where the police department shows up. My neighbors have been coming to me, telling me and asking me, did you hear the gunshots? Sometimes I do, other times I don't. There was one last night. No sight of the police department, period, in our area. And basically, this is from 152nd and King Drive / Chicago Road, all the way to 154th. It goes from King Drive to Grant and other surrounding streets. Something has to be done to protect the citizens in the area. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good morning, it's not afternoon yet. There is any resident that live near Restaurant Row, which will be 300 Sibley. Can you please see me after the meeting is over? Any resident that lives near 300 Sibley, which she wants to be Restaurant Row, 300 Sibley. That's by the McDonald's down here across the bridge. If you live near that area, please see me after the meeting is over. Thank you.
All right, here you go. We're gonna do the raffle now.
Okay, guys, I got a special request right after the raffle because it's our anniversary, guys. But the moment that we've all been waiting for, we're gonna go ahead and somebody's gonna be a winner today, guys. I feel it in my soul. Let's make sure everyone has a ticket. If you don't have a ticket, raise your hand. Don't forget about our movie night tonight, right outside of where we are at the moment, 8 p.m., Dr. Strange.
Cleo, the president of the park district has an announcement for everyone.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? First, we'd like to thank the Dalton trustees for putting on an excellent communication event to involve the community in what's going on. And next, I want to thank the assessor, the township assessor, Cassandra Hobart Elston. I'd like to thank the county assessor, Ms. Gail Towers, and was it Teresa as well? Chandler, correction, Chandler. Also, I'd like to thank the board of commissioner, our vice president, Ms. Gail Towers. We have Commissioner Wells back there in the back. Commissioner Rochelle and Bowens is not in attendance. I'm President Jones. I have a couple of announcements to make real quick. Back in April of 2022, we completed our comprehensive master plan. Part of that master plan, you guys probably see down the street at the basketball courts. Also, the master plan encompassed a couple of things. So October 1st, between 1 to 12 and 1, we received an OSLAG grant. At Blackstone Park, we will be putting on a community event because we received $450,000 to renovate that park completely. That's the park right off the expressway when you come by. On October 8th, we're going to have another community event. We received a NFC, National Fitness Campaign grant. We're going to be putting a fitness program, not a fitness program, but fitness equipment over at Triangle Park. That's on 154th Street. So we received another $50,000 grant for that one. So all of these things that we're doing is part of a comprehensive master plan. The plan consists of a 5-year to 10-year plan. What that plan is going to consist of, the renovation of the park. What we're doing right now is looking for funding to get some of these things started. Also, come this November 4th, we'll be celebrating our 95th years in existence. So we'd like everyone to come on out. We're going to have something really big. Everyone loves it when I say this word, extravaganza. So we're going to have Vegas night here. We're going to turn this room into Las Vegas. It's going to be a casino in the other. This is going to be a dancing area. So we're going to do something really big and huge. We're going to like to invite each and every one of you out to enjoy the celebration of the 95th anniversary. It's going to be November 4th. So please come on out November 4th to celebrate with us, to enjoy what's going on. Another thing, the assessor and I was talking about taxes. Taxes is everyone's business. It's not Democrat or Republican or independent. Taxes is everyone's business. We want to understand what's going on with our taxes and part of the pie of what we're doing with taxes. So the assessor, your tax bills is going to be extremely late this year. It's going to be a hardship on a lot of the municipals. A hardship because the tax bills are coming in late November, early December, and what that does, any municipal have a tax dependency, which is the park district. Most of the lower districts have dependency on taxes, are going to be in such trouble where they have to go out and get loans to get things done. Right now, the Dalton Park District haven't touched taxes in over 30-some years. having to increase your taxes. And you imagine if you never had an increase or never got a raise on a job in over 30-some years, would you stay in that job? So we're doing a lot of things, like this building here was built on a grant. The other building on the other end was built on a grant. So we're doing a lot of things without the taxes. And the Dalton Park District is a nonpartisan event, nonpartisan area where we invite everyone out to enjoy yourself, to have fun, to engage in the different things in the community. So please come on out and celebrate with us November 4th at our 95th. I know I said a lot of things real quick. Yes. 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 Yes, well, the master plan was going to put a skate park called Kids Zone on that end down there. So what we're gonna do, so So our master plan is well thought out, comprehensive, and it's in line. The community is invited out to see exactly. We plan things years out. Every year there's new things that's coming. We just don't pop up with different things. The things I planted out. No, the Kids Zone originally started with the Dalton Park District in the master plan. Yes, sir. Pardon me? Also, into the Dalton master plan, there's a doggy park as well. We're going to put a doggy park in it. And so we was talking about, it's an area right behind the maintenance facility that we're going to create a doggy park. And the Dalton Park District is recreational. You pay your taxes into recreational. That's what we're here for. Real quick, I got to close this out. That's part of some of our plan. That's in our plan. So what we're going to do, we're revamping our plan to pretty much put in ice skating. We're going to bring up different things because we're not a community of just basketball. We want to diversify our community, skate parks, skateboards, ice skating rinks, those type of things we're trying to bring into the community. Okay?
Thank you. Hey, one more thing. Y'all going to hear a lot about 300 West Sibley and Restaurant Row. They're asking for $3.5 million from us. That's a $3.5 million bond. We have a bond rating for that. But that's not being talked about publicly. So I want to put that on your mind when you hear they're trying to stop Restaurant Row and we don't want to develop 300 West Sibley. They're asking for a $3.5 million loan from us, which we don't have, and refinance the TIF. It's a whole lot to that. And it's years from now when that can even be accomplished. But they're going to present it as we can do this now. Wouldn't you like to have a restaurant in Dalton? I know I would. But it's so much to it. It just can't be ramrodded through. But a $3.5 million advance is what they're asking for. And that's what we're in discussion for. I just want to drop that out there because you're going to hear a lot about that moving forward. Yes, ma'am.
To us. What are you guys going to do for the seniors? Everyone in this room, my kids are grown. They're gone. Just about everyone else in here, probably kids are gone too. It's great that you guys are doing things for the younger generation, but the younger generation can't vote you guys in. We can. So there's rumors that the fitness center is going to be removed. If that's going to be removed, what are the seniors going to have to do? Her mindset is to draw us to the township. What is going to be here in Dalton for the seniors? I like to hear things about what is going to be enhanced for the seniors. I'm close to retirement. If I still live here in Dalton, I want to be able to enjoy my community. I don't want to bring my grandkids back to my community to go to a skating rink. No! I want to enjoy y'all. So I appreciate everything for the younger generation, but also look out for the seniors.
Okay. Well, I want to say you look good. I mean, I didn't know that, you know, but I'm going to get this to Trustee Steve so he can answer you. I thought you was like myself over there. I didn't know. Here you are.
Okay, briefly, just to announce, I don't see any seniors in this room, so we don't have any. No, I'm teasing. No, we did. There are a few different activities that we talk about and some of the things that get put out with Tea with the Trustees, as well as our outreaches. If we'll notice in the last budget, the current administration did not propose any money in senior services, and as a board, when we revised it, we increased it by $50,000 to promote senior activities. And there are also activities that we do throughout last year. It was promoted that the mayor has this program for seniors around snow removal, which is something Trustee Steve, myself, we were out, and not for advertisement purposes, but we go out every year for the last 5-6 years just shoveling snow. So there's a lot of things that we've put into the budget, and we will enhance that process as we move forward. Right now it's very difficult to kind of get some of the things out. There's a great venue for the trustees side of what's happening to get exposed. Once this stops happening, we'll see a lot more movement going forward. I think we've done a lot of things in the middle of turmoil. I think the partnerships that we're working on right now with the Park District, to have the assessor's office, to have our state senator, we have state reps, county commissioners coming, and those partnerships will also add to the activities we do for the betterment of Dalton and seniors and everybody across the board. With that, we want to make sure we're mindful on time, because I think 12 o'clock we're going to get the boots. Cleo is so polite to us. But 3 minutes, so we want to go into raffle, and then we're going to close it out with our favorite DJ. So we have 5 items over there. Once those 5 are up, we have two donations from the Insurance Exchange, our favorite insurance company, Village of Dalton resident, right around the corner in South Holland. So we want to get to those raffles.
Okay, guys. Now, one of the residents, I'm not gonna call your name out, but he won last month, and he didn't even share with me. So this time around, I told him I don't know if his number's gonna be pulled, because he don't do me right. Going once, going twice. We have 596-2522. 596. Okay.
You come right on over to the table. There's 5 items over here.
$596-2518. 596. Okay, now I see some regulars winning today. $596-2480. $2480, Trustee Steve. You know what? $596-2490. 2490. You all are cooking with gas this afternoon. Okay, there's more, guys. There's more. You still have a chance. Don't give up. 596-2474. I feel that one for somebody. I knew. I felt that one.
Okay, and then we have 2 more. Last but not least, donated by the Insurance Exchange, the place for all your insurance needs. Did I say some of your insurance needs?
All of them.
All of your insurance needs. We have 2 $50 bills, again being donated away. Thank you very much. So we will ask Trustee Norwood to raffle that off.
We appreciate it, by the way. 596-2521. I feel that one for somebody right there. I do. 2521. Going once, going twice. Darn, that was my lunch. I bet you it was. 596-2496. Darn, somebody got to get it. 2496. Okay, maybe there's somebody that may share. Let's see. Look at it. That's.
Let me check this number. Hold on. We got a winner.
Okay, guys. This is it. This, like Michael Jackson, this is it, guys. This is it. 596-2520. 252. You know what? I noticed we have a lot of newer winners today. Congrats to all the newer winners. Thank you all so much for joining us. Everyone's a winner. Always remember that. Everyone here's a winner today, and we will have more at the next one. Guys, I have a special request. Since it is our anniversary, guys, thank you all so much for hanging in there with us this entire year. Tonight, movie night, right outside, 8 o'clock p.m. 8 o'clock p.m., guys, tonight. Bring your chairs, bring your quilts, bring a partner, bring a neighbor,